Stream
Before we
element.
start, yeah.
Dewey
There we
Hung
go.
2H is now live. Streaming Europa Universalis 4,
Hey, Monte
Aztec
Cutas.
number 3, History Banter,
Monte
new
Lucas,
alerts, new
sorry.
TTS.
Thanks for coming to my channel.
Monte
We enjoy your
Lucas
stuff.
12. Hello.
You're very on time, Monte Lucas, because I've just started, so it's pretty surprising to see you catching my stream this soon. But finally have some free time at hand, so I'm gonna stream more Europa Universalis for you. Let me check my audio real quick. Seeing the message on Discord came in a second. That's nice. You're in my Discord. If I remember, you have joined me on my multiplayer, right? Playing as Scotland. Yeah, that's what I remember. So it's pretty interesting to see you catching my stream again, and yeah. I haven't seen you a lot of time, but well, when I see you, right? And we do recognize each other. And so this is gonna be my part 3 of me playing to the Aztec kingdom again. You could say at this time of day, it is just called a Kingdom of Tenochtitlan. But we'll see in the future if we can expand our kingdom to take over the whole Mesoamerica continent. And without further ado, let's jump right into it, I think. Well, since we already have a watcher, I have a plan to make a reaction video about the Aztec history. Maybe we can still do it, but regardless, I have a plan that I would react to a historical video in case if in the start we wouldn't have any concurrent viewers, so I wouldn't have to say all the stuff to myself, and at least have someone to talk, at least have something to talk about. But it seems like Monte Lucas is it's pretty early today, and yeah, I'm pretty early as well. Usually I think a lot of stream of mine I would delay for a couple of minutes before I start, but well, since today I've already have everything set it up, so I don't need to go over the stuff all again. But yeah.
Monte Lucas 12. Seen the message on Discord came in a second, smiley face.
Yeah, your text-to-speech lady catch your message a little bit too late. But yeah, in the last episode we kind of ended up with this situation at hand because my computer, well, let's not say my computer, but my game kind of got crashed, probably because of memory issues, or something like that. And I thought I could pause the stream by closing my OBS, but rather than that, OBS just ended my stream altogether. But yeah, in the future I need to figure out how to pause my stream without pausing the entire freaking thing, or YouTube would you would want to get cut those part off of your YouTube live stream, right? But that's a reason why I don't edit my YouTube live stream. It's just that if you put any edit into your YouTube live stream, rather than like cutting like the small breaks in the between, right? It would also remove all the chat you have in your video. So yeah, I mean, unlike Twitch, I think Twitch you can still cut like Twitch videos, but nobody has time for that really. But for YouTube, it's more like a permanent thing for your videos. So, but it comes with like a drawback. That's all I can say. But without further ado, let's just jump right in the middle of the war that I wish upon the some of the small Mesoamerican states. And before we jump right into it, I also play a little bit of Mayan to Krang. If you're new to my channel, he's one of my usual supporters, and we're also friends on Discord, so me and him play EU4 together, and
Lady
I tried to tutor
Saffron,
him.
vtuber.
Hey, Lady
Page away.
Saffron. Thanks for coming to my stream. I didn't hope that I would see you there, but hello regardless. And if you didn't know, in the last stream I kind of promoted her channel to my stream at the end, and well, she's a new EU4 YouTuber, and she's been trying she's been trying a lot of cool stuff to her channel, like a virtual avatar, and having her debut just yesterday, and I happened to catch her debut and say a couple of things to her, but yeah, pretty I would say Saffron, I'm pretty surprised to see your channel grows really fast like that. I've been having this channel for years, but I haven't do much of YouTube stuff before recently, so yeah. I would like to say, yeah, pretty impressed to see your channel grow and all stuff like that. And if you haven't known, Saffron also has like a major in history and stuff like that, and probably pursue some kind of a historical career. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see her play games like EU4 and stuff like that. And
Lady Saffron, vtuber. Me too, honestly, but it's been great. Small EU4 vtubers stick together.
yeah, that's true,
Monty
right?
Lucas 12.
That's what I think as well.
The YouTube Chanel is the top.
Yeah, well, I couldn't, to say honestly, I couldn't pay a lot of attention to my YouTube channel recently because, well, I do have a new university project at hand, and I need to complete my capstone project so I could graduate and stuff like that, and it's pretty important for me to focus on my real life issues, and you know, it's doing YouTube is my secondary thing, but it's also part of my entertainment as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's we could react to a historical Aztec video from the start of the stream, but maybe I'll leave it to another stream because well, we do have a lot of special guests today, so I like to interact with them all. But without further ado, we'll play a bit of music, like a little bit of music that would be appropriate to the high octane Aztec gameplay that we have at hand. So without further ado, right? And it's Yakuza music. I haven't played the Yakuza games, but I've seen others play it. And I really like the soundtrack, so I'm just gonna play it for you. But yeah, also Saffron, I must say that please do excuse because, well, I do have an Asian accent, and English is my second language only, so you could say that my English speaking skill is not really that prominent, and you will see in a couple of times I would struggle to say sentences, so please do excuse if I have some sort of issues like that, you know. I'll just lower the music a little bit like that. And hey, Alex Sidra and Dropsnat, thanks for coming to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And yeah, and Saffron, I also have a question for you if you don't mind. But let's hear from you first, shall we? I do have a lot of questions for fellow content, EU4 content creators at hand, I would say. But yeah, we're taking this fortress, so we're just lining our armies up. And before I jump into a lot of my question, I must say, sorry, I just say that I must say a lot, but what was it? Oh yeah, Saffron. Do you play like you mentioned that you play Burgundy, right? But do you play a lot of different nations, or are you pretty new to the game? That's all I want to know. Because I think Burgundy is a nation that not a lot of people start with. I think still a decent amount of people plays Burgundy, right? But not a lot of people start with Burgundy. They will start with Spanish and Portugal and a lot of different easy nations. But yeah, as ahead. So yeah, that's like the first question that I have for you. Are you relatively new to the game? I can say that I'm relatively, and I must say
Lady
I'm
Saffron, vtuber. Ask ahead. Monte Lucas 12.
Are you gonna speak his message? Hello?
Spanish got the
There you
nice
go.
fast castle in Conch on Nomad.
The Conquistador, right? The nice fast castle. Yeah, you're saying, are you saying about Age of Empires terminologies? I think the stuff you're mentioning is Age of Empires 2 terminologies, like fast castle, nomad, and Conquistador, right? Oh yeah, I cannot remember. I don't think I've seen you in my EU4 multiplayer stream that I have before. But well, I digress. But yeah, that's the first question that I have for you. Do you play this game a lot?
Lady Saffron, vtuber. I'm not too new to the game. I've got a little under 1,000 hours, but that just means I still haven't finished the tutorial.
I could say that I'm also under 1,000 hours as well. But yeah, I mean, for this game, hardcore player based, you would say that 1,000 hours is still a chunk change, right? It doesn't say anything, honestly. For this game, I mean, yeah, a lot of people say that this game, if you're even 2,000 or 3,000 hours in, you still have new things to learn. I'll drink some water real quick. Pretty glad to see you again, Saffron, and I'd like to say thanks because wow, you're recently fast-growing youth VTuber and
Monte Lucas 12. Is it harder than HOI4?
I would say EU4 has a lot of micro, but for the gameplay aspects, I think HOI4 it's hard in terms of military gameplay. Like you have to assign different armies template and grab research on correct weaponry and having a good unit template would help a lot with your HOI4 gameplay, right? So it's mostly based on the combat, but in EU4 you could say it's still pretty based on combat, and you would like to take ideas that boost your military ideas up, but for in idea you could still focus on a different aspect like economy idea or administrative ideas. So in EU4 you would there would be a lot of leeway on what you can do with your nations. Also, unit composition also matters a lot in HOI4 and EU4 border games at the same time. So you could say the difficulty is could be unmatched. They could be pretty similar to each other, but in EU4 it's more micro-intensive, and in HOI4 it's a bit less micro-intensive because you have the frontline system and stuff like that when you wage a war. But yeah. Also, I'm also under 1,000 hours myself, but I find myself pretty enjoyable to play a different gameplay mode and
Lady
more
Saffron,
as well.
vtuber. It was great to see you live, but I'll talk to you later. It's rather early here, LOL.
Yeah, it's rather early. We live in a opposite time zone, right? That's what I know, Saffron and I. So I live in Vietnam and she lives in the USA. And without mentioning the funny war, like the Vietnam War that we had in the past, but we still have diplomatic relations, after the war. So it's pretty endearing to see something like that. But I'll talk about history at a later day. So if you're busy, Saffron, go ahead. And I would like to say thanks for checking my stream out and stuff like that, and I will continue to watch your channel in the futures, because not a lot of a channel that I catch on YouTube really play the games I like. I also watch the channels that play the games I like, but most of them are not VTubers, let's just say. So it's like a new concept that not a lot of people know, catch you later, Saffron. Hope you enjoy your stay. Without further ado, I think we're gonna react to a certain with Saffron who's about to leave my stream. Maybe I can start up with a reaction videos. Let's just say. I also didn't expect her to stay, probably because she has some matters to deal with at hand. Although it's Sunday, so maybe a lot of us has free time, but it's early in the morning. Probably she has to prepare breakfast and stuff like that. So we'll leave it to her. But without further ado, I think I will react to one of the channels that I've been subscribed to recently, called Kingston General. And he covered a lot of history-related topics and historical battles. And I would like to check on his videos. I'll put a link into my chat below. So this is gonna be the YouTube video that I'm reacting.
DeweyHung28. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=Saraviendu4y.
Yeah, Monte Lucas. Well, we are the fans. We are mostly fans of history in this channel. So a lot of my fans also. I wouldn't say fans, but a lot of my viewers also. Watch history
Monte
content
Lucas
with me.
12. You seem like a pretty big fan of history.
Yeah, that's true. And
Dewey, the virtual Vietnamese cat.
I need to ignore my old message, to be honest. But whatever. So yeah, we're gonna react to Aztec arrival of Cortes and the Conquistador. So without further ado, let's react to this videos. Probably you can see it. You can see it right here,
the conquest of Mexico was the fatal result of the meeting of two worlds. The Spanish conquest was shaped not only by military matters, but also by language, diplomacy, and
yeah, I need to pause this before we start. But YouTube is a bit slow in my computer right now. But yeah, before we start with this video, I will I do know a little bit of Aztec history just because I played Age of Empires 2 before, and there was like an Aztec campaign and stuff like that, and we can see that the Aztec later by the Cortes kind of invaded the Aztec Empire, but they didn't really destroy the Aztec Empire by themselves, but they also managed to ally different Aztec tribes. You would say different Mesoamerican states, and they all form alliance against the Aztec tribes. Well, because everyone hate human blood sacrifice, especially if it's forced upon them. So you could say that's like the reason that justify them to ally with the Cortes, the New World explorer, against the Aztec state. And before the Aztec also waged war against the Cortes. I mean, during their invasion, anyways, the Aztec also did a little bit of research on European tech, and I managed to capture their horses and and they were trying horseback riding and stuff like that. At least that's what I see on the Age of Empires 2 campaign. So regardless if it's true or not, maybe we'll see. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Aztec, I can see it in corner. I see. Sometimes my text-to-speech lady kinda ignore your message, so I don't know about that. To be honest, Aztec should have spam Eagle, Spikeman, and Siege that they would have won. I mean, right? Loading space. Probably that's the reason why. Aztec should have spam Eagle, Spikeman, and Siege. Although, if it's against Conquistador, probably they have no chance, right? Even though if they have Eagle Spike, but they still have like low pierce ammo. And yes, I'm talking about Age of Empires 2 stuff. They have a little bit of pierce ammo, but the Conquistador have a lot of firepower in their pierce attack, and but in the sacrifice of their accuracy. But that's just what I want to say. But Agent and Master Eagle Warrior, it still may not be that effective. Well, it's still more effective against, well, if you use something, for example, like Dragon Warriors. I don't think that will fare well against the Eagles. I mean, I don't think it would fare well against the Conquistadors because they have bonus damage against infantry as well. So yeah, Eagles would still be a straight out damage, you know, straight out killed.
Maybe Monk Rush.
Probably Monk could deal with the Conquistadors.
With Onagers.
Monk and Onagers. The Aztec also have access to siege, right? Well, almost all of Age of Empires 2 civilization have access to siege weaponry, so although it sounds quite unrealistic, you know. But yeah, they could use onagers and stuff like that. But with that Age of Empires 2 terminology out of the way, let's jump right into this video.
In this video,
oh yeah, the Triple Alliance. I also heard of the Triple Alliance the Aztec might have with their kingdom.
we'll look at
and
how
we'll hear more about that. Let's just say.
Hernan Cortez started the conquest of Mexico. Moctezuma had been Tlatoani of the Aztec Empire since 1502. Under his rule, the empire had reached never-before-seen heights, and its borders reached...
I need to turn on this video volume. I forgot about that. And I'll probably let my... small down my master volume like this. Yeah, that would help a lot.
their greatest extent. His people were made rich by the taxes and tribute flowing in from across the empire. When reports began to slowly trickle in of strange encounters on the coast with pale-skinned men, they seemed innocuous. Moctezuma's capital was already filled with foreigners, and the air at the great market of Tlatelolco buzzed with a cacophony of different...
Tlatelolco. I assume that that is a market in Tenochtitlan, right?
languages. Meanwhile, in Cuba,
I haven't heard anything mention it before.
Events were ramping up.
Also, you can see the Mayans region in this map as well. So I would like to rewind a little bit.
Meanwhile, in Cuba,
so those are the Aztec region. So I would say historically it was straight to Kingdom of Zapotec, right? So you can see the religion map mode. It's kind of similar. It's pretty similar. You would say it's pretty similar, and you can see Chichen Maya over here as well, and a little bit of Mayan in the north as well. So yeah, this map is pretty accurate, I would say, right? Although you could see there's a little bit of Mayan probably in this Mystic area as well, but in this mod it's just natural. So those are the core differences. Pretty interesting.
Cuba events were ramping up. After two...
Oh yeah, the Spanish kind of conquered, the Spanish kind of set foot onto the Caribbean first. That's what I can recall. They kind of established Cuba and Havana, Little Havana, right? Although I could not recall their exact name. Although they would just say Havana, the city, right? They wouldn't say it's Cuba at first.
Two disastrous expeditions, Governor Diego Velázquez was planning a third, hoping that riches could be found on the nearby landmass. Hernando Cortés was appointed the caudillo of the upcoming expedition and tasked with exploration and modest trade. However, soon Velázquez lost his trust in Cortés and another caudillo was appointed. Soon this captain was murdered.
Oh, you hear that? If you play Age of Empires 2, you would know that sound. Let me just rewind to you real quick.
And another caudillo was appointed. Soon...
Yeah, it's the Age of Empires 2 both sound, if you can catch that.
This captain was murdered, while Cortés hastily left the island for the Yucatan on the 18th of February.
So I assume the author of this channel also play Age of Empires 2. That's what I assume.
1519. He had 530 European soldiers, among them 30 crossbowmen, 2 arquebusmen, and 2 conquistadores, and also a few hundred Cuban natives and African slaves. Most importantly, 16 horses were also taken.
Yeah, you can hear more Age of Empires 2 sound in this video, honestly. But a little bit surprising that they also call themselves Cuban during this era. But we'll see more about that.
Along with war dogs, usually Irish wolfhounds and mastiffs. Cortés also had several cannons.
Several cannons, you say? Well, mostly probably outfitted on their ships, and they would transfer the cannons inland as well, right? So they could, so it could support their infantry. But let's say a new offense that we have at hand here, beginning of a new cycle. So I need to take more water. Sorry, kind of swallow it. A little bit wrong. As we leave the disastrous year of one rabbit behind us, we enter a new cycle, and the sign tells us that this cycle is one that will see the rise of our people to greatness. You could say, with the help of a certain Vietnamese leader at hand. A great happiness filled the hearts of our people as we perform the traditional new fire ceremony. You know, the fire dance and stuff like that. They know the harsh times that are behind them, and that the coming years is going to be the beginning of the Aztec area. So yeah, it's pretty good. We'll reduce our doom, and I would say pretty much welcome, because my doom is about to hit a critical point, and we'll gain one stability as well. Always welcome. And we'll continue on with our reaction video.
Cortés won his first victory in Maya territory, but it was linguistic in nature, as he discovered a castaway Spanish priest, Jerónimo de Aguilar.
Also, before I continue, I would like to oh yeah, I need to have enough tradition for stuff like that. But before we continue, I want to add you, Montelucas, if you're still watching. I want to add you as one of my general. So without further ado, maybe well, your name kind of sounds a little bit Spanish, like Monte Lucas, right? Although Monte kind of sound a bit more French, I would say, because I used to watch. I haven't known a lot of French name.
Still here.
Yeah, and I was just gonna name you. Oh, I already named you as one of my general. Sorry about that. You kind of catch my Aztec stream before, and I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, I was just plan to add you as one of the general. But yeah, I assume that you're one of the Aztec. You're one of the Aztec general that are pretty interested in the Aztec way of life, so you would like to join the Aztec ranks and stuff like that. And I think it's a great law.
Who had learned one of the Maya languages. After moving on from Cozumel and landing at Potonchan, Cortez defeated the local Maya in a battle, and he was given some women by them. One of them spoke both Maya and the Mexica language. Dubbed La Malinche.
The thing I hear about, at least the thing I hear about, is that the Mayan Confederation kind of beat it at the Aztec a couple of times. Probably sometimes the Aztec could have won, but yeah, for the most of the time, the Mayans kind of beat them up when they kind of stormed into their territories, I think.
She translated Mexica into Maya, which was translated by Jeronimo de Aguilar into Spanish. Many things were lost in translation, but for the first time, diplomacy between the natives and Spaniards was possible. Language would become just as important as horse or cannon in this conflict. With translators by his side and tales of a gold-rich empire further north, Cortez moved.
So I guess Cortez gonna visit Maya first before they visit Aztec. And that's interesting. I never know something like that. I thought they would just go straight to Tenochtitlan and probably establish some settlers territory first before they arrive at Tenochtitlan and attack the Aztec Empire and stuff like that.
Moved further up the coast and landed in modern-day Veracruz. Over the next few days, Moctezuma's diplomats arrived. Golden gifts were poured upon the conquistadors, sleeping quarters were built, and servants were made available for them.
So you can defend.
Yeah, research cannons, right? I mean, the Spain haven't arrived yet. Even though in this game you could cheat yourself to a research cannon before the Europeans even arrive. But well, I would like to save my points, so I would like to copy the attack, and it sounds a bit more realistic that way. But yeah, before the Europeans arrive, we wouldn't have like cannon and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, you know. It's like how EU4 kind of give us a leeway to kind of avoid being conquered by the Europeans. And it was just going to be glorious after we go into the whole defend against the white man kind of scenarios. And before we continue with the reaction videos, I would like to rewind a little bit.
Next few days, Moctezuma.
So I mentioned that this channel. I assume that this channel played the author of this channel played Age of Empires before, and I would like to rewind so you can hear this.
Landed in modern-day Veracruz. Over the next few days, Moctezuma's diplomats arrived. Golden gifts were poured upon the conquistadors, sleeping quarters were built, and servants were made available for them.
You hear that? You hear that?
As both of these
You just hear like you just hear a house sound and a villager's create the sound. That's fun.
Representatives of two great empires mingled and gawked at each other on the beach. One of the most dangerous questions in history was asked.
It's very funny that you and I, Monte Lucas, are the one who play Age of Empires 2, and we are also simultaneously reacting to this video.
Cortez said to the Mexica ambassador, "Does Moctezuma possess much gold?" The response was, yes. Moctezuma was in the House of Serpents, a part of his zoo, when the messengers arrived. These were the same men reported over the years. They rode bizarre-looking deer and had sticks that created lightning along...
Bizarre-looking deers.
Monte Lucas 12.
Oh, they have no idea.
I am still hoping for a stream with AOE2 Scenario Editor 11.
Well, maybe I will start another stream like that, but I just think it's kind of boring for you to kind of watch me design this the scenario kind of thingy. But yeah, I will return someday. I just think it's some kind of boring stream, that's all, and it will be more interesting if I play a game instead. But if you want more content like that, I will grant you your wish, you know. English kind of hard. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you want more content like that, I could satisfy you in the future. Let's just say when I have the free time to do the designing stuff all over again. Maybe in a future stream.
Along with beasts that launched rocks from their bellies that could
Monte
destroy
Lucas
hillsides. Moctezuma,
Yay.
the all-powerful god emperor, who was famously decisive, was unsure of how to proceed. Should he kill these foreigners immediately?
So we'll see this one. Let's see this one event out. Pretty interesting banners background over here. Commoners surrounding his wealth. Filthy capitalists, that's what we call them. One of the expert artisans, the Tore class often employed by Moctezuma I, and other affluence in our society has attempted to rise above his social status. As a commoner, he is expected to only hold a modest celebration when a child is born, yet after the birth of his son last month, he held a banquet worthy at least a minor noble. While it's not wrong for a commoner to acquire wealth, I would say, even if they are capitalists and stuff like that, I would say he's a capitalist, but still, he's a commoner, but he has the wealth. If he's not being that wasteful about it, he could still, even though he's not a noble, he could live his life being like a noble, It's up to his choice if he still spend his finance wisely. Why it's not wrong for a commoner to acquire wealth? Flaunting it in this way is a great insult to our god, probably to them, and traditions. So this is an affront to the god that Titian must die, and we just lose some loyalty, I guess. But perhaps let's do, and yeah, that's really the only choice right now, having less do. So I guess we'll kill the capitalist pick. I need to drink some water and refill a little bit. So sorry about that. But well, although the people who are new to this channel, just know that I was just joking at the end of the day. I joke a lot on this channel, and I would like people to know that I'm not serious.
Immediately? This would violate all Mexica diplomatic customs. Could he use them for his own gain then? What exactly were their motives, and could they threaten the stability of his empire? The emperor's brother, Cuitlahua, along with his cousin, Cuauhtemoc, continued.
Guatemala. I think that name kind of rings a bell to me, but I'm not sure. But well, regardless, we are also enmassing because the people and the Cocomis have the gall to even invade my capital, Tenochtitlan over here. I'm just casually enmassing my troops. Well, we'll call this like the trail, the Great Aztec Trail, the Great Aztec Mayan Trail that we have here. We're just enmassing our troop back to Tacoplan, and we're about to strike them and let them know the what about our Aztec troops.
Continuously pushed the idea that these were raiders who shouldn't be trusted. Cuitlahua advised Moctezuma not to allow into your house someone who will put you out of it. Meanwhile, Cortez was discussing Moctezuma with the local Totonac chief.
Oh yeah, Moctezuma, right? You can say that he's the current leader right now, but probably in the future, during the Spanish invasion, it wouldn't be Ituricama and Acapa. I don't know how to pronounce his name still. But it wouldn't be Moctezuma the first, probably his descendants like Moctezuma the second or the third, probably. But it's still the Moctezuma we know and love. The Moctezuma dynasty, if you will.
Who informed the conquistadors that his people had to pay yearly tribute to the Mexica. This chief informed Cortez of others that disliked Moctezuma, lords who felt passed over for rulership in Texcoco, vassals unhappily paying tribute,
Montelucas
and
12.
especially the Tlash.
General Montelucas should do a coup and take power.
I didn't say he should. Maybe we could make a Montelucas hair.
And create his own dynasty.
That kind of interesting, yeah. I think I will try something like that. Maybe Montelucas. Although I would say Montelucas is a Spainer, so having a Spainer as our leader is a bit preposterous. But maybe he will change his surname to sound a little bit more Aztec, and maybe it will be more acceptable. So I cannot wait to maybe establish a new dynasty, maybe in your name, Montelucas. When I can afford the prestige to disinherit my heir, right after the war, I think. Maybe I would do that right after this battle, to say regardless.
Kala, who would all join his side if he chose to march on Tenochtitlan. This promise.
So I don't know what the pronunciation of Tenochtitlan might be. I heard a lot of people say Tenochtitlan, but this guy's apparently say let's just hear his pronunciation again.
Montelucas 12.
All join his side.
Then his son Moyuda Luxes.
Montelucas. That's a clever name. Although I was just thinking about changing your Lucas into a K instead of a C. But yeah, Montelucas is pretty clever, I would say. Maybe I'll take your suggestion.
If he chose to march on Tenochtitlan.
Tenochtitlan. I don't know what's up with that pronunciation, but still.
This promise changed everything for Cortés. Until now, his highest goal would have been to win some land and to extract as much gold as possible. Now the opportunity to take an empire for himself was within reach. However, Cortés had another issue to resolve. Since his departure from Cuba, he had been acting illegally. Not only had he left after being replaced, his orders to explore and trade had obviously been completed at this point. In order to circumnavigate the illegality,
so maybe he'll have some plan right after this settlement, right? Probably, we'll see what those plans might be.
Of his actions, Cortés and his men founded a town, Villa Rica de la Vera Cruz. A town council was.
So probably around here, right? I assume it's around this place or this place. Right, this place. Oh yeah, Veracruz, right here. You can say the special terrain that this province has is Heroica Veracruz. But the old name was Cuesta Clan, you know. Probably the province or the area name would be Cuesta Clan, but the city's name is Huerca Veracruz or something like that. Or probably it's the old province name, so to say. But yeah, Veracruz, you can say that it's right here. So, pretty interesting.
Quickly appointed, and Cortés presented himself before them. It was decided that Cortés's mission had been completed, and he stepped down as caudillo. Immediately, the council nominated Cortés as captain of His Majesty's armies until instructions would state otherwise. This was an obvious misuse of the law.
With that information out of the way, I think it would be wise for us Aztec to build a little bit of fortification. And I am actually building some fortification in Veracruz right now. Also, you would say Veracruz, you would say Cuesta Clan, right? But yeah, we're building some fortification here, and in case if the Spanish arrives, they would probably aim for this specific province. So let's just say we have a little bit more fortification in there.
But if Cortés could conquer Mexico quickly, then it would surely be accepted by the king. With his translators and native allies, Cortés set out towards Tenochtitlan. The expedition soon entered Tlaxcala territory. The first encounters were violent.
Oh yeah, the Tlaxcala. Yeah, Tlaxcala is over here, if you can see it. We also have a duchy of Tlaxcala as an independent nation here. So Tasaka is just right around this corner. And probably they the Aztec and the Spain had a little bit of battle there. But before we continue with the video, I would say let's just let the Mayan heretics know the power of the Aztec rat, and let's attack them real quick. I would like to put them onto supporting mode as well. Let's just engage. Let's just engage and kill all of the Mayan heretics and sacrifice them to the sun god. That's the plan. Let's kill all the Mayan heretics, man. I hope that my vassals get the idea and join me, you know. They are joining me, so that's good. But we just need to wait for them to arrive at this province, at least. When this siege has finished, so that's good. We'll pull our trooper a little bit back, like so. And let's just attack. Let's just let them know. Didn't even have a chance to reinforce the army, but we'll see this battle out. The Mayan will face the rush in Tenochtitlan. Very nice, very nice. Very nice indeed. We just wipe out the kill ratio is 2-1, so we just wipe 7,000 Mayans men in the cost of 3,000 of our own troops. So that's pretty clever. And infantry combat ability just gain to our one of my previous support general here, Adnan Zawawi, as known as Phil in the last stream. So yeah, it's pretty great to see Phil. It's being a little bit strong in this playthrough. It's a pretty strong general for now, but we'll continue with the reaction.
Constantly harassed by Tlaxcala and Otomi warriors, the conquistadors suffered their worst losses up until then. A number of invaluable horses were killed, and many Spaniards were wounded. They were overwhelmed by the Tlaxcala numbers, but these numbers also allowed the horses and cannon to smash through the tightly packed armies, and thousands were killed.
Nice.
However, the Spaniards suffered some.
Wait, how many was killed again? Let me check.
But these numbers also allowed the horses and cannon to smash through the tightly packed armies, and thousands were killed.
Thousands of Aztec were killed. I mean, inferior technology and all, but yeah, well, damn.
However, the Spaniards suffered some casualties in each battle, and
some casualties, you could say, maybe in the 100, probably at best in the 100.
that was untenable for the conquistadors. They couldn't defeat the Tlaxcala outright, and couldn't continue taking small numbers of casualties. The Tlaxcala had been in a perpetual state of war with the Empire, and soon concluded that these powerful foreigners were more useful to them alive than dead. No one had more motive to topple the Aztec Empire.
Also, before we continue, I would like to explain why do we choose chase their troops. If you think it's logically, we wouldn't want to waste our manpower like engaging in combat, right? But well, for Aztec it's a little bit different. If you engage in a battle, you would lower your doom for you know, prestige that you earn, because well, when you're killing enemies, you won't say you will straight up kill your enemies, but you capture them. If you're playing like an Aztec state, you would capture them instead for them to be sacrificials to our god, you know. So think of it this way: we just gotta borrow the captured troops. We're just gonna sacrifice them, and it sounds a bit brutal, if you know what I mean.
On the 23rd of September 1519, Cortés entered Tlaxcala city, and an alliance was secured. Cortés now set off towards Tenochtitlan with an army that was less
Yeah, so I assume Cortez kind of attack Tlaxcala and kind of release Tlaxcala as one of their subjects, maybe. If you're thinking about EU4, yeah, Europa Universalis terminology.
Less than 5% Spanish. While Cortez moved his massive multi-ethnic army through Tlaxcala territory, Moctezuma's emissaries continued to visit him, bringing gifts and warning him that the Tlaxcala could not be trusted. Cortez, ignoring that, continues to march towards the Mexica-allied city of Cholula, home to the largest pyramid structure on Earth and...
Interesting. So the pyramid of Cholula. I know it's like a monument in here. Probably not.
an extremely important pilgrimage site in the Mesoamerican world. The lords of Cholula welcomed them. However, the Spaniards suspected a conspiracy planned either by the...
Conspiracy indeed. For me, it's just a trap, you know. Why would the native be that welcome if they're the Aztec, you know?
Lords of Cholula or Moctezuma.
So the idea that the Spaniards kind of have with the Aztec states, they kind of allies themselves against their nemesis in Tenochtitlan, just because the Spaniards don't really have a lot of manpower and they need all the help they can get. Probably have the natives armed with modern weaponry as well, so they could use them, you know. To be a part of their allies against the vast number of troops in Tenochtitlan. Probably can count as millions of manpower in Tenochtitlan.
Cortez asked them to meet him at the Temple of Quetzalcoatl.
Meanwhile, the Spaniards only have like around 3,000 or a few hundreds maybe. That's just what I'm gonna say in the least.
They poured into the courtyard, after which the doors were closed by the conquistadors. Cortez demanded to know why the Lord...
Also, we're gonna hang into our reaction and we'll go through the event called Great Mexican Poet over here. The spoken word has always had a special significance to our people. Songs and recitations features prominently in of our religious and profane ceremonies and even our highest leaders are referred to as Tararani speakers. Oral poetry is therefore one of the most sacred forms of art and one of the few accepted ways in which a person can express dissatisfaction, anxiety, and even doubt about faith itself without angering the gods. Recently, an immensely popular Northward poet has arrived in Tenochtitlan, praising our cities and its people, but criticizing the Tararani himself. So he pleased the god and the people, so we're gonna be benevolent, you know. He cannot be allowed to stay. Praising our cities, but criticizing the god. But well, maybe the leader, not the god, but still. And we want to lower our doom next, so let's just pick that option. We'll be a bit more benevolent, you know. So it would lower our doom, and it's a nice decision, at all.
Woods had planned to kill him and his men, and decreed that by the laws of Spain, treason such as this must be punished. An arquebus was fired as a signal, and the conquistadors began to cut down.
Oh yeah, I do remember some of the Spanish gun. Some of the Spanish gun models also called arquebus. Let me search this real quick. Probably it's a type of a flintlock gun, arquebus gun. Arquebus. Oh yeah, the arquebuses. Yeah. So you have the arquebus troops that are well known, right? They also use the arquebus gun. Let me just show it to you. So if you can see my screen right now, maybe this is an arquebus gun. So probably some type of flintlock gun. Looks pretty aesthetic, you know. looks aesthetically pleasing. If you play games like New World, you would probably have seen this type of guns. Or you would play games like Age of Empires 2 or 3. Yeah. The arquebus, the infamous arquebus gun, and you have the arquebus. You would say a lot of concept. A lot of people have the concept that the arquebuses also frequent themselves in close quarter combat as well, and that would be probably right, because in terms of they have in terms of they do have a firearms, they also arm themselves with oftentimes a spear or a weapons or like some kind of sword that would accompany them. So yeah, arquebuses, you know, really infamous warriors.
Lords. The killing continued in the streets. By the end of the 2-day sacking, the city was in flames and 3,000 lay dead. Prisoners were sent off to Tlaxcala.
3,000.
Continued.
Well, if that kind of thing happened in modern day, it would just be straight up classified as a genocide.
And the conquistadors began to cut down the lords. The killing continued in the streets.
Insane actually, huh?
Of the 2-day sacking, the city was in flames and 3,000...
Just 2-day sacking and they managed to destroy the whole city. That is so insane, the Spainers, man.
Lay.
Also, I do download like a scenario out of in Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition about the Spaniards invading the Aztec tribes. Maybe I can play that for the channel in the future.
Dead. Prisoners were sent off to Tlaxcala for sacrifice, and Cortés and his army again set off. On the 8th of November 1519, the Spanish and their native allies marched down the main causeway to Tenochtitlan.
So, just conquer the 2 or 3 cities and they already moved to Tenochtitlan? Damn, that's fast. Damn, he's good. Damn, Cortex good, you know.
Crossbowmen, gunmen, horses, and war-painted natives streamed up the wooden causeway in a tight formation. Despite all that had occurred, Moctezuma agreed to meet Cortés on the causeway. The Mexica tradition of hospitality could not be broken. On
they just made a fatal great mistake, the Aztecs.
that causeway, an emperor and a conquistador met, and the history of our world changed forever. The Spaniards were given lodgings in a palace that once belonged to Moctezuma's father. Over the next few days, they toured the city, which awed the Spaniards. However, soon they noticed their precarious position and became...
Also, if you haven't known, Tenochtitlan is the city right in the middle of this lake. Although I kind of forgot the lake's name, but it's a city in the middle of the lake. So just imagine Venice, but you know, primitive technologies. Yet they still managed to, able to build it for some reason.
restless. The Mexica could easily kill them all in their sleep, or cut off any retreat by removing the wooden bridges. The Tlaxcala's distrust only worried the conquistadors more. Soon,
That's just Metal Gear Solid.
Cortés
Alert there. Interesting.
found his men in a near panic and wanting to leave.
See?
In order to restore faith in them,
But let's check this. Random. Oh yeah, it's this event again. So we're just gonna skip it.
mission, a decision had to be made. Cortés and Moctezuma met on the 14th of November for one of their regular discussions. They had become accustomed to speaking to each other about their respective empires and religions. With him, Cortés brought about 30 armed men, as well as his interpreters. Soon Cortés accused Moctezuma of treason. He said that he was willing to forgive Moctezuma if he accompanied the Spaniards to
It's treason, isn't it?
their lodgings. If he made a noise, however, his captains may kill him. Thus, Moctezuma travelled across Tenochtitlan on a litter carried by his noblemen, several of whom asked if they should fight the Spaniards but were ordered not to, and started ruling his empire as a prisoner. The curiosity of the Mexica turned to resentment, and for the first time they were questioning the actions of their emperor. Meanwhile, Cortés got news that a Spanish ship had been spotted near Veracruz. Panfilo de Narvaez had been sent by Velázquez to kill or capture Cortés.
Why would the Spanish want to kill and capture their own pupil, I wonder? This I wonder. I haven't have much context behind this.
Leaving his least reliable soldiers under the command of Pedro de Alvarado to guard Moctezuma, Cortés set out against de Narvaez. He brought La Malinche with him, which left the Spanish in Tenochtitlan without a translator. The mood in the streets and squares near the Spanish quarters was volatile. The Mexica no longer considered the Spaniards to be guests. The tensions came to a head during the celebration of the Feast of Tuexcat. In the lead-up to the feast, it seems Alvarado grew more and more paranoid. He captured and tortured citizens to learn about what was going on. The forced answers and bad translations only proved more to him that the people were planning a revolt.
I got a question about the editor in AOE2. Would you mind helping me?
Oh yeah, I would help you, Montelucas. If you have any question, ask away probably. But we'll finish this reaction video first before we go into your question. And it's about to be finished, so let's just hang on to it, you know.
His quarters was volatile. The Mexica no longer considered the Spaniards to be guests. The tensions came to a head during the celebration of the Feast of Tuexcat. In the lead-up to the feast, it seems Alvarado grew more and more paranoid. He captured and tortured citizens to learn about what was going on. The forced answers and bad translations only proved more to him that the people were planning a revolt.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And yeah, I was about to say, it's always bad translation to lead to a historical resentment, I guess.
The fear of being attacked and sacrificed could no longer be contained. Alvarado decided to strike first. The day of the festival arrived. Priests made offerings, the music of drums and flutes filled the air, feathered dancers put on magnificent shows, while onlookers watched and prayed. Alvarado and his troops entered the temple grounds wearing armor. Little attention was paid to them. The conquistadors slowly moved into strategic locations around the festival goers, while others blocked the exits. Alvarado shouted, "Let them die!" and swords were drawn.
Wow.
Soon 3,000 people lay dead in the temple.
Cut them down. Destroy them.
And the killing continued in the streets. Most of the Aztec nobility lay dead. Only Moctezuma and a lucky few survived. Madness took the city as the Mexica organized a counterattack. Things settled down only after Alvarado forced Moctezuma to address his people and beg them to stop. The Spaniards hid in their quarters as the city mourned. Meanwhile, Cortés had won his battle at the coast and absorbed most of the enemy soldiers into his own army. As he entered Tenochtitlan, the city was completely silent. His own army had won his battle at the coast. Entered the city mourned. Meanwhile, Cortés had won his battle.
Oh, still Cortés. I thought it was like the guy who were after him.
At the coast and absorbed most of the enemy soldiers into his own army. As he entered Tenochtitlan, the city was completely silent. Cortés met with Alvarado in their quarters and heard about what had transpired. The Spanish in the city soon found themselves attacked whenever they ventured into the streets. Cortés was surrounded and besieged. The people had rallied behind Moctezuma's brother, Cuitlahuac, who had been planning resistance for some time now. Join us on...
So there's a lot of raids. There's a lot of raids and infighting and battles in between. I mean, that's pretty interesting, right? Probably that's not the end of it, but still. I still do have a lot of questions.
Monday for the bloody conclusion in this series, the Siege of Tenochtitlan. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel and have pressed the bell.
He still have more Aztec history videos, I would say. He probably have one more, but let's just say we're finished with this one. So yeah, do check out the videos. I'll put a link to it on the description if you enjoyed that and want to see more of his content in the future. But yeah, we're finished with the video. So you could ask away Martin Lucas about Age of Empires 2 scenario editor thingy. I will also plan to stream more scenario editor probably in the future if you're up for it, you know. And we'll resume with our music as well. Let's just say. We wouldn't have to have nothing going on in our stream. Although I do have a lot of money, so let's just say I don't have any clue yet on how to spend them. But I will spend them to build a couple of mines here and there, so I could have different currencies in my kingdom for the future. The Tesla speech lady.
12.
There we go.
Is there a way to credit a player with the destroying of a building?
Yeah, there's a way. You could say you could use the. Do you know triggers and effects and condition? Do you know the use case of triggers and stuff like that? I can recall if you're using triggers, then you might want to find a function in the condition name.
Monte Lucas 12. Yes, I know using some triggers.
Yeah, because well, most of the things are accomplished by using triggers anyway. So you will need to find a condition name, accumulate attribute, and figure out the in the list of the attribute. You might find an attribute name. Player rating value and talk with those stuff. I don't know because I don't use a lot of the building race function just yet, but there is some function. There's some attribute called player building race values and player building race amounts, so you can use that and probably it would work. What are you trying to accomplish anyways?
I want this to count on specific building only.
So if specific buildings only, I get specific players, right? You could make them, you could modify them so they could spawn something like if you detect their corpses, for example.
Like if P1 destroys a castle, I want him to unlock a unit.
Do you need it? So I'm gonna give you like an easy answer or an expert answer. So what do you want to hear? But first I want to hear is the castle a specific unit that already existed in the map, or do other players build it in the future? If they manage to be spawned instead, or the player managed to build it instead of a pre-existing unit. That's a question I have for you. Do you understand my question? Like, whether the castle is a pre-existing unit, or do you build it
Monte
later?
Lucas 12. So if P1 destroys it, he gets his unit. If P2 destroys it, he gets a different one. Monte Lucas 12. Castle is pre-build.
So yeah, if the castle is pre-built, so I can give you an easy answer to that. So you just need to find a condition name destroy object, Probably it's destroy object, but yeah, I don't really remember the name, but it should be destroy object. So find a condition named destroy object, and you just select the object with that condition, and then if that fired up, you just need to have another F-face called research technology, or if you want to unlock a certain technology or enable objects. I recall that like an effect that let you enable disable units, so just find something like enable disable objects and stuff like that. Probably you can find it, but just find that and assign the object you want to unlock into your players if they manage to kill the pre-existing castle. And you just need like one condition and
Monte
one
Lucas
effect,
12.
and you would be managed to.
But wouldn't that trigger for all
finish that.
players when the building is destroyed?
No, you only want. Do you want to enable that to all the players when that castle is destroyed, or it would get destroyed by a specific player, so it would grant to that player instead? Or if it's something else, like for example, if you destroy just that castle, that technology or that specific unit to just get enabled to all the different players, what are you trying to achieve? Like the one specific player has to destroy the castle, right? Oh yeah, I need to make peace with them, I think. But I wouldn't be able to take their province.
Monte Lucas 12. All players can destroy the castle.
I mean, I do know that all players can destroy the castle, but I'm just asking if
Monte
the unlock.
Lucas 12. And only the one who dealt the last hit gets the unit.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So what you want to do is that you make the castle spawn a ship. You know, it sounds a bit crazy, but hear me out. If you make the castle, have a dead unit ID, for example, like a ship. When it fell down, it turned into a ship, and one specific player happened to be nearby, then he will get credited the kill, right? The player who destroyed the castle should be the one who credited with the kill. If you make the castle get destroyed and they will spawn like a ship, then it will be probably work that way. So how do you make a castle spawn a ship, or specifically? You just need to if you don't know, there's like a condition. That's like an
Lucas
effect.
12. Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, Monte Lucas. So do you know how to do that, or do I
Monte
need to
Lucas
explain it
12.
out to you?
Create object.
Yeah, you could create objects, or you could teleport like an existing ship, and if that ship is managed to, if you check that if that specific ship is managed to be captured by specific players, then fire the effects and so like that. It could work like that. If you just have like one object in the map, anyways. Or you could, if you want every castle to spawn with ship, you would have to use the modify attribute effects if you know how that works. Or you can teleport like an existing ship, and you can check whether that ship is captured by specific players, and that would probably work easier, if you would say. Just use. I think the easy answer is just. I think an easy answer I have for you is just use an existing ship, and if that castle is destroyed, then you teleport the ship into that specific spot, and let the players who capture that specific ship be the players. Gotta unlock the technologies or the units, Yeah.
Monte Lucas 12. Could I make like a cow type a spawn the and a trigger that checks if any player has that cow? After that, destroy the cow and activate trigger?
Yeah, but rather than destroy, you would want to use remove object effect instead. So we just remove the entire object. If you destroy it, it would leave like a corpse. If it's like a hurtable, right? So we would want to use remove object instead. But hey, Isabel, thanks for coming to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. But yeah, you could make a specific cow spawn. It will be up to you. You could create an object right here and there, and then check whether or not a cow of a specific player is existed in that specific areas. But before creating a cow, you want to create a flag first and then convert it into a cow. Sorry, my English. You want to create a flag first before you convert it into a cow. So do you know why you should do something like that? Or you would want to use a teleport object instead. But I'm making a loop,
12.
you know.
Not sure.
One of the reason you want to create a flag first because in the case of flag, you can actually spawn it anywhere. But if it's like an unit and it has like a hitbox, if you spawn somewhere where there might be a lot of units, or there would be like a falling buildings or a building corpse, it might not spawn. Because it has a hitbox, and the surrounding areas also have a hitbox of different units, and that will block the spawn of the specific unit you have at hand. So you would like to create a flag first, and then in that same triggers also convert it into a cow. You know, that's how you would do it. And then activate another triggers, and then wait for a few seconds, a few delayed seconds, and then you would check whether or not a specific players has a cow in that specific areas, and then that's how it would work. You know, create a cow as a Gaia object first, and you don't need to check out Gaia players existing in the map, right? That's how I would do it. Pretty simple, I would say. Those tricks are pretty simple. Extend the monopoly. Monopoly paper. Yeah, I do need that. Yeah, this issue we're just gonna be taking a little bit while. I mean, the early game of Aztec is still pretty interesting regardless, but well, until the Europeans arrive, I think it'll be more interesting.
Could I make it so there is a palisade wall untargetable inside the castle, and when it goes down it ungarrisons the cow?
It's pretty hard. I haven't tried like making garrison space for palisade war, so I don't know. But a lot of units, I think walls are pretty hard coded, so I don't think you can spawn like a unit inside them. But well, just follow my other methods. I think you can do it. You don't need like a different method or anything. Just follow that method. It would work quite well. You make it a wall tower, it would be more compromising.
Okay, I will try it now.
Yeah, just try that. It's pretty easy. And if you have a problem, you can ask me later on the comment section, and I will just answer you in the full context, you know. In the comment section of this video, you can leave a comment, and I will spot it right away.
12.
Yeah.
Would a Gaia tower shot at enemies?
I don't think a Gaia tower shot at enemies, but a Gaia tower would get captured. If you don't want if you don't want a specific buildings or a unit to be like to have like Gaia properties and captured by other players, you will need to convert it into Gaia. So here's how it works. If you don't want your Gaia unit to be captured by other players, first you need to make it so it's like a player one unit, for example, or it could be any other player's unit. So build a tower there, but make it like a different players other than Gaia unit, and then you convert it into Gaia using triggers. By using changing ownership effect, you know that, right? Changing ownership effect, you can convert that tower into Gaia later. And that Gaia tower wouldn't get converted by other players. I don't know what kind of attribute it has that it prevents them from getting captured by other players, but if you do that trick, the specific building or specific unit wouldn't get captured by different players. I also use that trick for one of my new multiplayer map for Vietnamese history, you know. I call it the 12 Warlords map. I also use the trick where you can convert different buildings to Gaia units. It's pretty fun, although I haven't afforded myself to finish building that map. But yeah, a Gaia tower wouldn't be aggressive. It wouldn't shot at your enemies, unless if you kind of target them, like slash damage, for example, or even if you make them untargetable, probably they would still get damaged by slash damage. So check up on that. And probably it would be best for you to disable the attack. Probably you can disable the attack by just changing their range and stuff like that by using modify attribute. Just change the range to 0 or -1 and probably that would work. Don't need to do anything else. But yeah, I mean, in the case of Age of Empires 2 scenario editing or modding in general, there's a lot of ways you can go. There's a lot of leeways. There's a lot of different stuff that the developers kind of added into the editors. So there's a multiple approach when it comes to things, you know. But I always give you like the best. I think I always want to give you the best approach when it comes to certain things. So, well, it's up to you to take my advice or not, but still. Also, this war is taking a little bit of a while, you know. There's just so much enemies and they're sieging by this province, and I would like to stop them. Maybe once we capture this fortress, and then we'll just gonna move our enemies like so. Probably you'll be able to just use these armies. I don't even need to use a lot of my own troops. Or in case somebody could jump right back at me, probably someone other than these tribes right here. But we're just gotta be watchful, you know. We also have our vassals who are also aiding our siege efforts, so we also have that going on, you know. Pochetta spies, also they left, so sucks for them. Pochetta spies, the rich Pochetta's trade guild are essential to the trade network of Mesoamerica, and their members are generally free to cross our borders as they please. This unreserved welcoming has, however, evidently been exploited by our rivals, as a number of our Pochetta traders. I need to search again who them Pochettas might be. Couldn't see that. Probably it's the Aztec, yeah, the Pochettas. Sorry, the Pochtecas. I don't know. Sorry about that. if you are Mexican. The number of sorry, traders now stand accused of espionage on their behalf. We do have a certain decision at hand, but I would like to boost their loyalties, if it's possible. But foreigners by detection, you know. Also, picking this option will just gonna harm our trade efficiency. This will give me bonus to cap, but lower loyalty, and that'd be not ideal. So we're just gonna not do anything here. You know, we're gonna be prolific and probably have some sort of state capitalism. But yeah, they could have their freedom to free trade and all stuff like that. Yeah, we'll not do anything when it comes to that. You know, I'm joking about politics all the time, but you know, understand that it's joke at the end of the day.
Monte Lucas 12. I gotta go, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Monte
Thanks
Lucas
for
12.
staying with me.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Thanks for your compliment, and thanks for your wish, Monte Lucas. And I will establish your dynasty sooner or later. Yeah. You do have my word on that right before I disinherit my hair. But yeah, Monte Lucas, thanks for coming to my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And if you have any question regarding scanner editing, you could leave a comment into my videos. Although it would be best if you leave a comment into one of my scanner editing videos. So you don't know, I recently also made like a scanner editing tutorials for dummies, like a scanner editing tutorial for 2023. I will leave you a link below if you might have any question regarding about Age of Empires 2 scanner editing. So let me just leave a link to you real quick. Oh, I will just need to since I do have a YouTube blocker at hand, god damn it. Sorry about that. I do have a YouTube blocker, so it kind of blocks the video that you already watched, and it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, regardless, search my channels and you would find the videos, you know, that you are looking about, and leave a comment in that videos, and I will answer you at the best of my abilities. Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna say. So yeah, enjoy, and I'll catch you later, Monte Lucas. Warning sorcerers. Yeah, this event again, so we'll hunt for him again. It's Testicle again. I think it's not Testicle that it was he was spawned in, but it's Testicle, so probably we'll send someone to deal with, let the local authorities deal with him. And probably the authorities cannot be lowered, you know, because it's the capital cities. And let's just see if the autonomy will just get reduced real quick. Also, we'll also return back to our province over here, since we already scared them off, I think. Well, we could engage this one. I think I will catch him before he go into the ship. That'd be a thing, I think. Also, yeah, let's check. Also, well, autonomy is still at 10%, but maybe it will get lowered down at the end of the day, right? Did not manage to quite catch them before they on board the ship, but well, we did share them shitless, so I would say mission accomplished. Yeah, let's just check on the diplomacy right now. Very nice, you know. Probably conquered all of them. So we'll integrate add something out of them in the future. Probably I want one of the nations in here to be my vassals. Probably I can call this province. Let's just say maybe I can. So we'll just check on you know, various different options. Well, I need to control this fort first before I can do anything. Well, we're just gonna finish our war to our best of our abilities, you know. Oh, I need to stop allow attach to the specific armies, you know. Allow attach to this army so they can just they can use their manpower instead of using my own manpower. And that would be a more smart, you know, that is smarter. And then we can merge into this siege real quick. That's what I think. It's just some manpower, but we're just gonna save it. And we're just gonna spend a little bit more to build southbound manpower back. You know, it's just investment at the end of the day. We invest in our troops so we can have a better territories, larger territories, and with larger territories comes more Spanish gold, you know. Preposterous. Although I also want to make friends with the mosquito over here, and maybe we'll do that real quick. Because I need him to explore all of the Guatemala regions and the Panama regions, so I would have access to them. And I think it's a smart idea. I also improve myself with the Opatan over here. But I really like to have them as one of my allies later. Also, I would like to afford very strong duchies in the future if I can. Free thinker, kinda useless, but okay. I mean, for a lot of nations, free thinker is pretty good, but well, for the Aztec or the Mesoamerican thief that we are having right now, it's pretty useless because well, we will not even advance our technology to the point that we can utilize idea anyway, so pretty useless. Maybe I can still wait for the equilibrium to go up a little bit more before I do anything else, you know. And this fort is about to be taken real quick, and that's good, you know. We're making a significant progress. Just with total map has ended, and oh yeah, before I do anything else, well, this war is pretty much in the back already, so I want to replace our leaders to be someone more incompetent. I mean, more competent, and I will name him to be a new. I will name him to be one of the new dynasty, not Montezuma. But I will name it in a different dynasties. Probably I cannot change his last name, but I will just name him more according to my supporters, you know, Monte Lucas, who just chatted with me, and their whole his whole idea about a new dynasty. So it could be fun. Also, I would like to spend those diplomatic power into probably gold, for example, in specific provinces. Also, although we are developing our prosperity over here, so we're gonna keep our powers to be So we have to keep our power until we can improve more things over on our gold provinces. And here's the fun thing: if we are a native civilization or a primitive civilization, our gold wouldn't spawn any. It will spawn less inflation, first of all, and it will spawn less money. But the most important thing is that they wouldn't devastate. There wouldn't be chance every year for them to devastate. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Well, we can develop the gold mine into a whichever amount we want. Even though after that we might reform our religions, but with this mod we can build a jewelry workshop, for example, and it would turn into like a new different trade node rather than gold or valuable resources. It would just turn into a jewelry, a common good production, for example, but a pretty precious good regardless. But yeah, if it's jewelry instead, it wouldn't devastate. It wouldn't happen to devastate the mines, you know. And that is a wonderful thing that you can do with this mod. I mean, a lot of options that make us pretty overpowered, but the AI is also build workshop and stuff like that, so they know how to utilize those stuff as well. And I do have a but for most of the time I'm also busy with my real life work stuff, but I also have a plan to stream different games in the future. Probably I could be Hearts of Iron 4. We will have a return to Hearts of Iron 4 sometimes in the future, but I would like to stream like different games that I enjoy. For example, not really related to history, but more related to space exploration, like Elite Dangerous. I would like to stream that game in the future. If you would like to see me play it, please leave me please leave me if you have please leave me a comment if you have any suggestion or any game suggestion you would like me to play in the future, you know. It could be Age of Empires 3 since I have that game already. It could be Hearts of Iron 4. It would be me returning to Hearts of Iron 4 again. You know, every stuff is possible, right? Anything is possible. Given that I have enough free time. And at least sticking to my, you know, usual schedules and stuff like that. With Elite Dangerous, I think it's a bit interesting because, well, it's one of my favorite games so far. So I could talk a lot about it. Also, yeah, in early of the stream, we also met with a special guest, so yeah, I would like to thank Saffron for checking my stream out. She's pretty, she just recently had her debut, so I just gotta talk about Saffron real quick. She just because it's really interesting. I didn't even expect that she would turn to be that big, but probably girl power, I guess. She's the few girls that I only know. So I also know like other YouTubers who also play EU4. In the past, I also know like a Japanese VTuber who also played Europa Universalis 4 and Victoria 3 in the past. But apart from two of them, I haven't seen any girls playing, you know, games like Europa Universalis, so yeah, it's pretty interesting to see a new one on the block. But I would say I'm pretty surprised that she would turn to be that big. But during her first debut, she managed to accumulate 100 subscribers already. So it's pretty insane, you know that. I have this channel for years and I still have 300 subscribers. Who could say, well, I mean, who could say what her channel might turn out in the futures? But it could be big because, well, she does have a lot of production values in her avatars. And my avatars right now is just, it's pretty much a stock where I modified a little bit. It's a stock virtual avatar card that I also modify. I also happen to modify a bit, and I also added, you know, different components like a country bow and, you know, a flags and stuff like that. But apart from that, it's very low quality, and it's pretty much a stock thing. I didn't know make any custom, you know. I didn't make it from scratch compared to her work, if you know what I mean. So be sure to check on her channel. If you will catch her during the first hour of the live stream, yeah, you can catch her channel by clicking, you know, the participant. She happened to participate in my chat, so just click on the profile and you can check her channel out. Well, with that way. In that way, I mean. I kind of struggle with English sometimes. Yeah, pretty glad that Zapotec had left the military coalition against me. Siege of Pumpkin Pippa has been a finish. But we're just gonna worship back. So Pippa is also a virtual YouTuber that I know, but well, apart from hearing her from my favorite Romanian YouTubers, Romanian TV, I haven't heard I haven't checked her content yet, but I would say I don't like a lot of pupils who have like high-pitched voice, so I'm sorry, just by preference, but I don't really like people with high-pitched voice. I just don't, so yeah. Even though her content could be enjoyable for me, but I just don't like her voice, that's all. It's just a preference. It's like a society nowadays, right? I could talk about politics for days, but I'm also saying our society nowadays kind of misunderstand preference and hate. So if you don't want to date fat people, it's like a preference. But a lot of people think if you don't want to date fat people, you are fatphobic or something. But I don't really believe that. I just think you have a preference, that's all. But without further ado, let's just make a peace over here. So, let's just jump right into it, I guess. Yeah, Philip DeFranco. Such a beautiful bastard. Hope you have an enjoyable Sunday today. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump right into the piece deal, if you know what I mean. I would like to make this guy my vassals because, well, he's quite far away and he's pretty smart to do it that way, right? This guy over here have to be my vassal and stuff like that. Although I could pick them out individually if I cannot call this guy provinces. Sorry. But yeah, maybe make him a vassals, and maybe we can piece this guy. Oh, we can annex this guy and piece this guy later. Well, it's pretty useful to have a vassal near you, regardless. So let's just imagine it that way. Gonna make him my vassals, you know, since I cannot call his province anyways. And I guess it's a smarter idea, and we're just gonna piece this guy out individually. That's what I'm gonna do. Although I'm about to release him, and it seems like the Kiche might be richer, you know. Yeah, Kiche is pretty much richer, but I don't really care, I think. Don't really care about their wealth, for example. His, I think it's easier to reinforce if well, he's closer to me, so maybe I can take his province later. So I'm just gonna piece this guy out, yeah. Oh, this guy, sorry. Don't really care about his gold, he can keep it, whatever. I could make him become my vassals actually, right? And that's a great idea. I'm gonna demand him to become my vassal at least, since I'm gonna seize his province anyways. That would be an idea. Could force religion. Yeah, we could force religion. It's whatever. Let's think. I don't need to give up claim since he's my vassals anyways. We could afford, get some prestige up. I think that's a good idea. Since I don't really care if I have a long truce against this guy. Don't really care that much. And I do have my own reason for that, if you know what I mean. Oh, I guess we are also in another war, so pretty interesting. I do have 3 vassals right now, so I guess we are engaging with another war. And that's pretty convenient because, well, they do have the terrain disadvantage right now, right here, but also I do have the terrain disadvantage right there. But we need to reinforce this area. But after this war, we'll move on. You know, we'll move on to let's see if this war as a defender we would have more benefits, you know. Let's just see if we can withstand this onslaught for now. Oh, he's left. That's funny. Feel free to let the coalition against me. Yeah, pretty much feel free. Also, I can build a mine. I think I can build a mine in my subject land, and they can spend their own. I guess they can spend their own stuff for it, their own points. I don't know if it works, but let's. We could probably try. We could build it on a tomato, for example. I don't think tomato is like a good trade node or exotic animal, if you may. Also in you know, during right now we don't want to build anything specifically for them, but if you know what I mean, we'll try regardless to see if this works. So we want to build a mine for this guy, maybe. I do have a reduction to construction cost, so why not just use it right now? And we'll wait for months and then we'll save. Since mine construction kind of takes 1 month and stuff like that. And yeah, this one, let's finish. So we'll move on to this one. Let's just say maybe I can afford to defend right there, even though they do have the defender's advantage. Oh, I actually won that battle, so this battle is gonna be my defender's advantage, so that's good. Oh, not really, because well, I'm also sieging the fort, so it's not really a defender's advantage, but we'll see. Maybe I can move out of the way, you know, before it hits me. I don't know if it's possible. Probably it's not possible, so we just stay here. We engage with the enemy. Exactly. But yeah, they don't have lower numbers, so even though they do have the advantage over me, it's still gonna be a loss for them. But before we roll our dice, we roll our gacha rolls over this specific province that I'm about to change the resources. We're gonna save, you know. It's like a random mechanics whether or not that province gonna have gold, or that province gonna have shit resources like tin or copper, you know. Although with copper, it could boost our artillery in the future. That's all I can say. Visit from shady people. Well, I could say it's an offer. Yeah, it's a win. I can pretty much say it's a win. Maybe I can even chase them down, you know. Just gonna chase them down so I could lower my doom. That's my plan. And yeah, save a little bit for our gacha rules, you know. I don't know if any of you kind of played a gacha game in the past, but it's like a strange habit that I have in the past playing gacha games, but I kind of moved away from that. I haven't played any gacha games for probably like a year or 2 years now. My last gacha game was like Epic 7. That's it, you know. No more. Although I think Epic 7 is a great gacha game because they I could not say the same about the gacha mechanics. So they do have a lot of units. So if you imagine a gacha game, it's like a collector games, right? I could say stuff about gacha games if you don't mind. But let's just check on this province. Before playing gacha games, I also play Warframe and stuff like that. Oh, so they do actually spend their own points, so I don't actually have to spend point for it. So that's good. They managed to unlock silver in this province. So, well, silver is nice because you can still build a jewelry workshop on top of that. So it's pretty much equal to gold already. Silver is nice. But yeah, I played a fair share of gacha games in the past. You could say my first gacha game was like Azul Lane, and then I moved on to Genshin Impact, and then I moved on to games like Epic 7. But I just played like 3 to 4 different gacha games. I haven't played much, but each of the gacha games I played like a prolonged time, you know. But after that, I often just quit them outright. I do return on Epic 7 like from time to time in the past, but well, I kind of gave out on the game probably for 1 to 2 years now, so probably I wouldn't return back to that game. But I could talk a little bit about that game, yeah. It's like a nostalgia for me, anyways. If I recall Epic 7, it's like a pretty old game already. Think of it like a 2016 games, but well, they are still updating it, so to say. So people are still playing that game, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm probably gonna engage with them in this specific province. Oh, they are waging war against me as well. That's unfortunate, but I will also make peace with them right now, if you don't mind. I could make a separate peace with this guy. Oh, I will make a peace with this guy actually, so I could vassal him. Forgot about that. But yeah, if I take land, then it will be a bit of a problem. I don't think I will peace out with them just yet. I was just gonna leave, even though it could hurt our war exhaustion. But if I take the land right now, it would be a little bit of an issue. So yeah, Epic 7 is more like it's like a hero collector game. There's a story behind it, if you believe it, if you can even believe it. There's a story, and there's some people who also care about the Epic 7 laws. The characters is pretty much could be likable, but there's also a law behind the universe. Well, the game actually inspired me to also make one of my RPG map called Storm of Andres. If you don't know, the main character of Storm of Andres, what's the name again? Magus Tenebris kinda got inspired by one of the Epic 7 characters called Tenebria. Although I kinda forgot what her last name might be, but her name is Tenebria. But I call her Tenebri in Storm of Andres. She kind of starts, so her law is kind of like this. She kind of start off as like a noble girl, but she kind of encountered an artifact. So out of the blue, she and her mate kind of browsed through the black market and tried to get a thing for her birthday. That's the law. And she and her mate and her kind of bought a strange stone by some mysterious what do you say, merchant, or I kind of struggle with English. In Vietnamese we could say it's like a người bán rong, but in English it would mean probably something like a, I kind of forgot, so let's just call him a shady merchant. A black market guy, if you know what I mean, right? So she and her mate kind of got a mysterious stone, and that stone kind of gives her the power to imagine stuff, and in her dream she kind of basically do anything. So it's some kind of lucid dreaming, if you believe that. And she kind of, if you watch My Little Pony, she's kind of like a Princess Luna, and she can travel into different people's dream to manipulate their dream and stuff like that, and probably change her, change and see each other people's dreams. So curiosity kind of get the cat kind of deal, right? And she went to see others people's dream with a little bit of a catch, and it's kind of complicated, but at a later date, some kind of demonic force kind of that reside in that specific crystal kind of got into her head, and she kind of gave up on her humanity to pursue her dream of seeing other people dream, and in turns there wouldn't be any Tenebria existed in the world, and she kind of got took over by that whole demon. And I think that law, I think that law concept is pretty much simple, but I think it's pretty interesting to spin it into a certain kind of way. So I kind of use that for my for the whole story behind my Storm of Andres, the world building, the lore behind my Storm of Andres RPG. Also about Tenebris and the whole process that she kind of got corrupted by the spirit residue behind the mysterious crystal, for it being Deimos who are, he kind of, sorry, English again, but he kind of reside inside that crystal, if you know what I mean, right? So yeah, so I kind of named here. I kind of just put Deimos into that crystal, and if you don't know, Deimos is one of the Greek gods who got sealed away. With the law behind my word, he kind of got sealed away by Invictus, one of the Roman Catholic gods. By Invictus, the god of the sun. Also, I think it's pretty funny because I also know a guy whose name is Invictus. So I kinda, use him as a tribute to my RPG map. That's very funny. So I think, well, today could be, I think today I can finish this war and then move on into another different war. You could say this like two different separate war already. I already finished with the first war, but I'm still living it, you know, to the war exhaustion because I don't want to peace out with them yet. But we can say that this is like two different wars already. And when I finish with this war, I think I will end it with this current stream. And thanks, presents for visiting my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. Although I have a hard time pronouncing your name, I don't even know how to pronounce your name in the first place. And I would like to apologize for that. Sorry. Just a little bit burp. You know. I guess this guy could take care of the siege. I mean, our enemies are, those states after all, and I think we're just gonna blockade this part. Just gonna show them who's boss, you know. We also have a siege guy over here, Montelucas. Not really. Moctezuma would be the... I don't really know who's the siege guy anymore, so I'm just gonna use him. But then, but I guess Moctezuma kinda hang around in here. I could use Montezuma actually, just to go in here and then I will go... just to go in here and then I will go back to here. And that would be smarter, I think. Also, I would like to spread out, you know, my siege unit as well. Get to do that entire thing, if you know what I mean. So probably a siege down pit 10, right? Or we will hang around here, so we'll let this guy siege down pit 10. There we go. And we're just gonna assign someone, although I guess he's occupied for something. Atman Zawawi. Gotta have a little bit of pure siege peep, you know. I would like to use him. Oh, he's right here. I thought he has a siege peep. No, he just have like a maneuvers spec, you know. I also want to add a new general to our army, so without further ado, I think we'll name one of our generals Saffron. Well, she's nowhere to be found right now on our channel. But she's one of our earlier guests, so I was just gonna name one of our general Saffron. I don't know. She does have a, sorry for shouting, but she does have a real name, if I can recall. She does have a real name if I check her debut stream again, but I was just gonna name her Saffron. I was just not gonna think much about it. So I think it's pretty funny to name some kind of Aztec last name and then just add a Saffron on it. Maybe that would work. Saffron kind of sounds a bit feminine, right? I haven't hear anyone like I don't know. I think Saffron it's not a really a popular name. I don't even think it's like a name, but it's like an alias. I don't know. Because I haven't hear anyone who has like a Saffron in their name. So let's just name him, or in this case her. But every general that I made gonna be a male anyways. But we're just gonna roleplay. All right. We're just gonna say this general is a female general. So we're just gonna name her Zochon Saffron the First. There we go. She does have the siege speed, so yeah, we'll miss her. That's really good. That's really nice. Although we're running out of manpower with this specific armies, and that is pretty much unacceptable, you know. We'll engage this guy as well over here. Also, I'm also a little bit of siege going on in here, and I forgot to, you know, put someone to it. Again, you know, forgive me. I would like to change Monte Lucas into someone other than that, you know. Also name our new dynasty to be something Monte Lucas related. You are new to the channel. Feel free to battle with me because, well, in the future you're gonna become one of the general that command my army, you know, command the great Aztec army. And I think we can have a lot of leeway if we are playing Aztec because, well, not a lot of people know about the Aztec name, so we can just name our Aztec general whatever we like. So I wouldn't really mind if some of you might have like a strange name and it wouldn't fit the Aztec team, for example, but we could still probably use it. Doesn't really fit the Aztec team, but we don't really know a lot about Aztec cultures, to be honest, right? We're just gonna wait for this one to be occupied. Wait for it to be occupied, show face. Also, Saffron is, well, sieging right now. I also forgot about that. But we'll merge her into this Pacific province. Also, hey, I'm fuck away for 42. Guten Tag, and thanks for following my channel. Thanks for checking out my channel. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Speaking of Einfach, you know, it kind of reminds me of German word, you know, Einfach. So I do know a little bit about German. I do know how to count in German, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even though I'm a Vietnamese, but we also have like a German. Believe it or not, in my secondary school, we had a German class before. It was like an after school club class, anyways, about German. So I kind of learned about German before, but I mostly forgot about it. It was so long. It was such a long time ago, so I kind of forgot most about German stuff. Most about my German language, you know. So my German is so rusty right now. So I'm just gonna engage with that one good stack over there. The chi of Matlansic Alateoti clan. We do want to. Mystic is a vassal of Teoti clan. He might be a bit more powerful, but still. I want his land, you know. I still want his land. So I want to, you know, wage war against him. We don't have a lot of money for starters. Because we are Aztec. Aztec has a lot of money. I want to build one province in here as well, and we're just gonna save scam maybe. Although I would say all the mines, all the resources that come with mine randomly, I think all of them are pretty good. I mean, lead kind of gives you less cost to your regiment if you manage to summon them in that province. So lead is pretty useful. Also, iron is pretty useful if you wish to build a different workshop later on. But yeah, I would say like a lot of resources are not really that useless if you build a mine, for example. So it's just whatever, you know. It's just whatever if that resources turn to be something other than the one we would like to have, like for gold, for example. But But maybe we would have enough gold in the future. We would have to have different resources, if you know what I mean, right? Diversifying our assets. So Saffron gonna lead our charges right over here, and I'm gonna pull this one right about there. We're gonna finish this war, and probably it will be the end for my third episode of me playing to Aztec. Also, I'm looking forward to me and Saffron and I kind of talk a little bit in the past. Sorry about that. I need to drink some water. Poor exhaustion is still pretty much manageable, I would say. But me and Saffron kind of talk to each other before. Sorry. And I have she also have a suggestion in her debut stream that she would like to collab with another virtual YouTuber or with another YouTuber to say generally. And I also have an idea. And I kind of mentioned to her first that I would like to collab with her in the future, and as the smaller YouTuber want to stick with each other, if you know what I mean, right? So I would like to hear more from her to say if she has a plan for us to collab with each other or not. And since Mythikito is pretty much friendly with me, I would like to ally with him, at some point in the future. For Opata though, he still doesn't know about me, so I guess we're just gonna wait for him to know about me. It's just gonna be a waiting game. But it's no rush, you know. Oh, I just want to make friends with them sooner than rather than later. Also, we don't want to distract on there. No. We want to move out of the way. Although it's just supply issues, we can stack that armies up a little bit. Maybe pull them to a zoo, for example. Zoo. Kind of fun pronouncing that name. Hi, Nekomimi Shinkansen. I know who you are. Thanks for coming to your channel. I hope you enjoy your stay. And should be pretty late. Should be pretty late for you in Saigon, right? But yeah. Hey, old pal. Thanks for checking my channel, man. What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here, Pokemon Trainer Z? And you don't know he's one of my Discord friends. I kind of talk about my channel with him in the past, so he does know my channel exists, but well, it's not really his cup of tea, so I don't really know what's the reason he might have with my channel, with him visiting my channel right now. But yeah, hello, Neko Mimi Shinkansen. Thanks for checking my channel, old pal. Hope you enjoy your stay. What are you doing, man? How are you doing? Any good happened recently? Still enjoying your life, perhaps in Saigon? Although you don't know, I would like to keep my. I also like to keep my private life secretive, but this being the exception. I would say my Discord profile is pretty secretive anyways, but so my real life, my real life partners or my real life friends wouldn't know that my Discord exists and my other social exists, so it's pretty much fine if I want to share my Discord friend, my other social stuff. It's just an idea, but yeah, other than that, I keep my private life kind of secure, kind of a little bit secured. That's the whole reason I kind of use a virtual avatar in the first place, if you know what I mean, right? But yeah, how you doing, my friend? I like to hear if you can, talk a little bit. Also, you're on Twitch. I thought you would have like a YouTube channel. No, I thought you would have like a YouTube account and stuff like that. Sorry, I kind of messed it up. Shouldn't say it's a channel if you don't have any content, but a YouTube account. I thought you would have like a YouTube account or something, but I see you're on Twitch or something. So yeah. Other than do you view Twitch a lot? Do you also watch Twitch a lot? Do you follow a lot of Twitch pupils, or do you watch YouTube more? That's what I want to question. That's what I want to hear from you. I want to hear if you are a Twitch guy or a YouTube guy, you know. Also, yeah, I don't know if you play this game or not. Let's just say, you're more with the, you're more into truck simulator kind of games. That's all I can say. Probably later on we can play an MMO together. Yeah, I do have some MMO that I also have I also plan to play some MMOs in the future if I have some time for it. One of the MMOs that I played before, and they kind of they just released like a new Asian server just recently called Albion Online. I used to play Albion Online, and I used to play with a guild and stuff like that. Pretty fun. It's like a RuneScape, if you know that game. If you don't know RuneScape, kind of imagine Minecraft, but it's going more accepted. What is the difference between an honest man and a fool? The fool don't know. I think I went to this event before. We're just gonna gain some corruption, so there we go. Excuse me, I need to do some business. Hi, Qatar, thanks for checking my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. Although I do see a lot of Twitch pupils coming into my channel, even though I do multicast on Twitch, on both Twitch and YouTube. So it's pretty interesting to see that the algorithm in Twitch kind of promote newer streamers more, I would say. Even though YouTube, you would think that there would be a lot of audience that are potential audience that are on YouTube. But well, in Twitch it's like a different thing, a different platform, you know, a different feel. But yeah, how's it going, man? Very funny that you check my channel. I don't know if you stayed, but well, I still need to talk to you regardless. But I have a question to regards to whoever watching me right now. Do you watch a lot of Twitch, or do you watch a lot of YouTube? I would like to know your opinion. And so, who is your favorite content creator? I do have text speech enabled. I think it's like a pretty fun. It's like a pretty fun thing. If you engage in both of my Twitch and YouTube chat, a text speech lady gonna read your message. So yeah, feel free. And if you are one of my supporters, I will name you to be one of my channel as well. Pretty fun. I mean, I come up with a pretty fun idea. I might come up with many different fun ideas in the future for the channel. So it seems like this province turned to be a copper was built a mine on there. So I mean, that's fun. About lower local recruitment time, but I think copper will gonna boost our artillery production in the future. So it's a fine resource, I think. If you don't know as well, if you don't know this game, I'm playing like a modded version of EU4. If you don't know, this mod is called Europa, Europa Universalis, and you can see the full mod, my full modded list for 1.35. Although it should be 1.34, yeah, it should be 1.34 right now for EU4. In the description below. That mod is still being developed and still got updated from the authors, or the team behind the mod. So feel free to check this mod out. It works with the latest version, so why not just play it? And all the links I should put in the description below, so you should know already. And I like to spy on it, I forgot about that. So I have an easier time dealing siege with them, dealing siege damage with them. Always forgot about putting spies onto my hostile nations, because there's too many hostile nations anyways. And as Aztec, we would like to take them all, Although let's check on our war exhaustion right now. I don't think it's it's still pretty manageable. So we'll wait for a couple of months. I think, yeah. With us waiting for more couple of months, I think. Oh, there's some battles going on right there. Well, pretty much I think they also gave up, so we're free to take anything. Well, we are free to take the scrap that they might left, right? Take all the scrap they might left. They might left. Sorry. What's our doom right now? 37. I mean, we're still doing good jobs, I think. After taking some province, it would lower our doom. Let's just see. Although I'm pretty afraid to reform my religion next, because that would push my doom far beyond 50. I think that would be a bit of a trouble. Maybe I would just not take any new province. Probably that would solve it. Probably just one new province and that's it. Because well, I don't want my doom to spike up. That'd be an issue for sure. You know, Doom is like a ticking time bomb mechanics. So you do want to, you don't want to take a lot of province because it will boost your Doom. But with waging war, we also lower our Doom because we also capture different pupils and we sacrifice them to the sun god, So think of it like that. We sacrifice people to lower our Doom, basically, and we wage war into different pupils, so we can use their pupils to sacrifice to our religions. So the sorcerers for spreading fears in our land has been caught. The traditional punishment for a man like him. Even though I went to this event before, but this is like a second time. Robbing him of his magical powers, as his man has managed to cause much more harm than the average countryside conjurer, however. Although it's funny that they kind of understand it's like magical powers when he kind of spread out some rumors. That's the most he can do, right? However, perhaps it would be better to punish him by death immediately to placate gods. Yeah, lower our Doom. Yeah, we'll kill him. Straight up, just sacrifice him. Gone. Whatever. Just lower our Doom. That's pretty much preferable. gone. Reduced, not an atom. It's just basically, blood now. But then it's over, nice. It's just gonna be this province set. I mean, Saffron is doing some nice work in there, so I believe in her. Also, I also plan my next Aztec stream. We can react to another videos from Kings and General again. He makes a great historical video, so yeah, I would like to recommend his content again. Another video from him maybe about Aztec. He also have another videos. Think of it like part 2 or something. This also, yeah, that's Doom, so I don't want to take this yet. I want to lower my Doom before I should take that. Although they have unconditionally surrender, but well, I do want to take all their land so that I can make a better demand, you know. Let's check on the war exhaustion. It's ramping up, I think. It's ramping up quite significantly. Also, it's pretty interesting here. You can see that this mod also added a lot of different content, right? You can see that's like another tier of churches. You can say in case of the native civilization, they have temples. But after that, they have the great temples. Probably that's on vanilla, right? But they also have the grand cathedrals. As you can say, it's like a statue or a totem. It's pretty cool. Like custom content also added custom looking buildings to your nations, you know. Also, you have factories right there, but you need to reach technology level 32. You know, a lot of you could say those are a lot of fun stuffs. Yeah. Also, maybe I'll build another mine. Oh, I can actually build a mine on top of an existing mine, and that would change the. I guess that would reroll, right? But whatever. I want to leave potato and maize on those province because it will boost our manpower later on. But I think spice is not really that needed. I think it's just like a trade good that will boost our local unrest. I mean, lower our local unrest or something. Let me just check. So it's one of their provinces. Spices like here, for example, lower monthly devastation. I guess it could be useful if that's like a 4, for example. But yeah, I mean spices. It's not really that good of an use. So maybe I could replace that with another mine, maybe. Although I don't know if there are special manufacturers that you can use with mines. It does not seem to boost anything, so yeah, maybe let's just build mines, right? Let's just build mines. I take on here. We'll roll our dice to see what kind of goods we might have over on a Pasua. Sorry about that. Sorry about the name pronunciation. If I butchered it. Also, I think I can also take a lot of the province. I think I can take up to this province. And that would be pretty great. And we're just gonna keep this province, for example. Let's just say. This province is belong to him. And I think they are just like a 2 province miners, so I can take one of their province, take 2 of their province or something, and manage to call them in the future. And I can't release this guy to be my vassal, so I would have like this guy that would make me access to this guy and stuff like that. And that would be a great idea. Or maybe we can make this guy my vassals and I take this guy province away. That would be a better idea, yeah. Also, we gotta purchase an ability, so let's just do that right now. I want my justified war, I don't mind that. If there are less important stuff, probably we want war tax cost minus. I think that's pretty good. We're pretty powerful anyway, so probably we don't need the aggressive expansion. War tax minus is pretty good. So as you can see, which our war tax is just so, well, pretty non-existent. Also raising war tax at the same time, you know what I mean. Oh yeah, the siege is over, so yeah, let's just make peace with them. We're gonna save real quick. I know if other nations might have another different war. So, yeah, for example, if I take them to be my vassal, for example, I could potentially be occupied with another war, you know, and that wouldn't be ideal, you would say. Although, yeah, I would just take this province, I think. So I would have access to this entire place, you know. That would be my plan, because, well, I guess they are 1 province minor, and they wouldn't mind if I take they're 2 province minor actually, and one of the province got taken by another people, maybe. So, maybe take this guy first, yeah, since I do have access to that. So I will take this for my kingdom, take this, take this, take this, take this, take this, all of it, you know. We can just take all of those provinces for some reason. But yeah, Defenders War is the meta here. Since we just make that guy our vassals and we managed to take over their war, so yeah, Defenders War, that matters a lot. It's also low, you know, so maybe I could siege there. Although I wouldn't say I would like to seize their provinces. I would not like to do that. But maybe I can release this guy again so he could become my vassals again, and we can make it an exception, you know. This guy's over here, so although I cannot, you know, seize his provinces. My vassal is mostly over here, and that's a bit of a shame, I think. I do have vassals over here, and this guy's 1 province minor, so it's a bit harder. But well, I can make a. So this is the plan, anyways. So this guy has a negative opinion of me. Well, most of them don't really have like a really great opinion of me, so I cannot just seize land away from him. Probably I would just take this guy's province. We will have to make do with 1 less vassals, but we're just gonna take this guy province. Although we wouldn't want to rush it anyway, right? Because our doom is quite high. So I'm just gonna take that province, like so. Although I could make individual peace deal, I think. No, not really. That would cost me diplomatic points. So I'm just gonna take all of this. You know, the great Aztec Empire also managed to get their hand over the Mayans territories. we managed to slap the Mayans and turn them into the vessels to be sacrificed to our sun god, you know. Slap the Mayans' cheeks. That's all I can say. And next I'm gonna do something like this. Although I need to pass some day before I can do anything else. So let's see if we can see land right now. Probably not. Oh, I need to be at peace, so just after this I can see land. But we need to make another peace deal. So the plan is to well call this province anyway. So I'm just gonna call it right now. Gonna turn the autonomy up. Anyways. So another peace deal it is. Kinda took some guy to be my vassals, and I guess him, right? He doesn't really, mind to be my vassals, probably. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna take this. Probably I can take all of those. Well, since he's my vassals anyway, I'm just gonna release him. Well, this province is still gonna belong to him. Let's be honest, right? Let's just gonna leave him that province. So do I want a vassal over here, or do I want to have a vassal over here? Let's just think about it, right? So yeah, that's probably my decision right now. Although we can take one province over here, so I can have access to. I still can. Although I can release this guy, yeah, I can release this guy. But I can take one specific province away from this guy. And that's gonna higher our doom a little bit, but I'm willing to take that risk maybe. And yeah, if it comes to anything, we can return that provinces maybe. So that's just gonna be my strategy. Gonna do that whole entire deal, and I'll be done with it. And after that, I'm gonna. Oh, there's a mission. Improve capital. Yeah, I want to do this. Why not? Then it's pretty good to improve, I think. But you can say the same, like you can improve this Pyramid of the Sun and Tenoshi Clan. I think both of them are pretty good. Do I want to expand infrastructure on there? I don't know. No, I do want to expand infrastructure on there, sorry. I mean on this place, so a way cheaper cost to upgrade this in the future, and I do have the government capacity for it, yeah. So I'm just gonna expand infrastructure. Although we could move our capital, but I'm not doing that at the moment. So we're gonna take our improved capital, just gonna have that going on first. And we're just gonna do a little bit of trolling, if you will. So probably I don't need to take any of this guy's provinces, because honestly, I can take this guy's provinces if I feel a little bit ballsy. Do I want to though? Let's check if I can exploit them first. Let's check if I can exploit those provinces. Yeah, I can actually, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna. Although I should have taken that mission, like god damn it! I'm gonna reload real quick, so that would not be wasteful. I'm just gonna reload a little bit. After after this war, I will end the stream anyway, so let me just do this real quick before I end the stream. And that is a smart decision because we don't want to well, I'm about to see some development out there land, so we don't want to take that mission right away. It's a bit of a misplay, you know, but still. Okay, take this Etadio again, you know, the same thing. Oh, sorry about that. Take their money as well. Take the entire thing like this. And if you don't know, there's a bit of an exploit you can do, right? If you take their provinces and there seems to be a nation, but if you manage to release them afterward, they will just forget about your crime against them. And that's a pretty funny exploit that you can do, yeah. Pretty funny exploit, I may add. With that out of the way, yeah, we won't take this mission right away, but we'll see some development out the land. Not that place, but we can see some in here, or in here as well, but not on this place. But we can see it out of there, out of this place. 212, and this one is 300, so we'll see this one first. And we'll see this one later. That's my plan. I'm just gonna seize that before, you know, turn them into my vassals. How many vassals I have right now? Well, maybe I can feel a bit ballsy and take some land out of Aztec, maybe. I'm just gonna feel ballsy today and see some land out of him. And I will gain this land, just basically. And that's good, you know, and because we want to have an access to another enemies called Chichimea, and we have plans against them. We'll vassal them, use them as one of our vassals, you know. And well, we want to call them right away. Want to call that province, I mean. We'll call this province as well. We call this province as well. And we're just gonna straight up release all the pupils that we are occupying right now. Our doom is 31. It's gonna be a bit ballsy, but I'm willing to do it. So let's just say before we do that, shall we? We can see Slam beforehand, so let's just see Slam and then we save. And I think it, I haven't even checked like a guide for Aztec before, but this is like the whole method, the whole exploit that I've come up with playing this nation. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I came up with this method. I haven't, you know, searched with search like a guide online or anything. So I'm pretty proud of my, you know, method. Although we can see land, but I was just gonna place relative on the throne real quick. Yeah, before we do the sacrifice ruler, so I could lower my doom. Let's just see who's gonna be sacrificed though. This has a lot of stats, so I will use him. Let's see this guy. He doesn't. This guy doesn't have a lot of stats either. This guy doesn't have, so yeah, it's pretty much set in stone. I'm gonna sacrifice the ruler of Aztec, Nakom Omima Popka the first over here, and rest in peace, you know. Before we sacrifice him, we're gonna hold a banquet for him. Let's just say it's gonna be his last meal before he's gonna apart from this cruel world. But yeah, we'll hold a banquet for him, and before that, and we'll sacrifice him later. We'll sacrifice after we hold a nice banquet for him. So rest in peace, old man. Although I don't know if he's old. Rest in peace regardless. Rest in peace, young guy. He's pretty young. He has some potential, but well, we need to sacrifice him to the gods. The god hereby declares, you know. Gonna sacrifice him, and I think a lot of doom is just gonna dissipate. I think our doom right now is 31, so let's sacrifice him right now. And our doom is 16. See, it kind of halves of our doom right away, so it's pretty good. I think with our low doom like this, we can research our technology right away. Maybe I'll do it right now, since we actually do need to, right? I'm just gonna do that. And we'll save again. We'll save again just to be safe. Wait for one day. The metas we have with the Aztec Empire. Oh yeah, I can build roads now in different places. That's good. We'll spend our money building infrastructure. You may call. I get that soul, and I'm gonna release a new subject now. So maybe I will release this guy, the guy over here, right? It's gonna be Kachiko. So Kachiko gonna have those land, and we did see some development out there. I need to double check again. Sorry, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I want this to be done, you know, perfectly. We'll release him for sure, and yeah, let's just have another vassals, and we can reform our religion right away. But we do have some state soul up, and we can release right after that right away. Let's say maybe I will want to take some discipline. Don't really want the colonists right now. At least right now, I want to do some discipline, so my armies could engage in war better. And we're just gonna lose some stability and get some doom, and we lose our vassals. But don't worry, because we can acquire a new one, if you would say. We're just gonna acquire new vassals, like a Kingdom of Easter, for example. And they were just gonna forget about my past incidents I have with them, you know. The liberty desire is still low. So it's pretty good. If you want nations to forget about your past, just put one next to them and then release them after. That's a dumb mechanic, but what can you say? I guess the paradox kinda allows it to a certain extent. So Kakoma is gonna be next. Release them as well. And that's good. He's slow development, so that means he wouldn't rebel, because I see some development out of him, but before I form him anyway, so he wouldn't even know that I see some development even exists, so sucks to be him. You need to comply with my demand. Otherwise, you know, something would happen to your head. But yeah, I wouldn't release this guy. I would just need to incorporate him, because, well, we do have some land access to here. We do have some land access to Guatemala, so I would like to keep it that way. So I'm gonna create this guy as well out of thin air. So yeah, that's good. I'm also calling here So we don't need to land bridge over there anymore. That's also good. And we're also coring here as well. You know, all are good. So let's check on our Doom development real quick. So it's just gonna be 6 per year. Although I want it to be lower, but well, 6 per year is still pretty great, and our empire is pretty great at the moment. Don't think that will give us a bit of an issue. Let's just check. Oh, we do have vassals. You know, we do have our vassals line to this place. So yeah, it's pretty good. Also, we oh yeah, they are my vassals, but they're not giving me land access right now. Oh, they're not my vassals. I just released him, so maybe I want to ask him for military access. There we go. So I can get this troop back to my capital. But yeah, we finally have access to, we finally have land access to Guatemala. So to say, our empire is now looking like this. So I'm gonna have a fun time probably drawing the border. But with that out of the way, thanks everyone for coming to my stream. Hope you enjoyed your stay. And this is just part 3 of me playing to the Aztec nation. And if you enjoyed this today's stream, feel free to leave a like and a comment. You know, feel free to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you want future content like this. Me playing to different strategy games and different games in the future, and doing Age of Empires 2 content as well if I have the time for it. Yeah, I have nothing to say. I will also continue my David playthrough maybe sometime in the future. But yeah, I would like to play Aztec to a certain point before I continue with my David playthrough anyways. But yeah, that's what me means. We hope you enjoy my content. Since I do this for free, you might as well want to subscribe or leave a like. And I was just gonna remind you at the end of the stream anyways, because I wouldn't want to, you know, bother you if I beg you for like from the start of the stream, for example. It will annoy some of you. But regardless, hope you enjoy, and humanity first. Stay safe, everybody.